if your hands are not chafed by the end of the show, then I've not done my job. All right, clap if you have skin. Clap if you have skin. Awesome. Glad we have something uniting us all tonight. And all our organs. Oh, pun totally intended. I'm originally from Bay City. I went to John Glenn. Go Bobcats! Awesome. Up top. I now reside in Ann Arbor, where there's a ton of homeless people. A ton of very sassy homeless people. Yeah, I got followed back to my car in Ann Arbor, and the homeless guy proposes. He's like, hey, can I have some change? I said no. He said, how about you and I have sex? And if it goes well, we keep on having it. Clearly, this guy went to business school. Yep. I'm used to homeless dudes trying to wash my windshield, not play with my headlights, Bay City. Now, I was honestly going to say, I don't have two nickels to rub together. How about you and I rub together? No, it's going to be a lot more punny from here on out. I apologize. That's not your style. But give yourselves a hand again. Give yourselves a hand, Bay City. Anytime there's an awkward silence, we're going to do that. We're going to fill it. Just like we're filling this room. I saw a lot of vaporizers in here tonight, Bay City. I just want to let you know that if you need help with your medical benefits like glaucoma and stuff like that, I also freelance. I freelance to help pay for that. Also, this place is fantastic. No matter how many ladies have been in that restroom, there's only one stall, but it's remarkably clean. Yes. And if you're a lady in here tonight, look around at all the other ladies and say hello to your butt buddies. I went to Wayne State for college. Yeah. Go Warriors! I noticed, though, that my first semester, I learned a lot about myself. I suck at consoling people. I learned this when my roommate came into my room and said, Sam, I was with Jason last night and it broke. The concept broke. What if I have herpes? Or a baby? Not sure that those two things are on the same level. And they're not mutually exclusive. You could have both. Who knows, your passion for motherhood could burn like that venereal disease you might have. And if you're super concerned, think of that broken condom as half full and not half empty. Oh, I appreciate your laughing. I do. It warms my heart and it keeps me fueled for the rest of my set. I went out for drinks with this one gentleman, and he opened up a lot, Bay City. I felt like I could match his darkness with my own. And so the only thing I could think of was, I had a twin in the womb, and it died, and I absorbed him, and that's why I think I'm so hairy. And he said, you're seriously comparing your womb mate to my alcoholism. And I said, it's all right, we both consume too much. Both consume too much. Although I still have a lot of hair right up here, I'm starting to lose up top. Okay? I went to the dermatologist and she's like, hey, I think you have alopecia. For those who don't know what that is, that means my immune system is attacking my hair follicle. She's like, either of that or hypothyroidism, which all my friends who have that lost a crap ton of beautiful heads of hair now. I said, I know this is not a democracy, but that one. I'm pretty sure I have that one. The one that makes me pretty in the end. And she's like, no, I'm pretty sure it's still alopecia. How about we get that blood test before we start diagnosing me with the one that makes me look like Beetlejuice? No bueno. No bueno. I learned that if you want to have low self-esteem, take your skinniest friend with you to Carnival and get in line for the Scrambler. Yeah, because if you have not acknowledged who's bigger between the two of you, the carny certainly will. He looked at me, he's like, hey, big girl's on the outside. I was like, thank you for getting to decide who lives and dies guys the situation right here. Yeah, I was like, hey, buddy, thank you. I did not realize that carnies are bringing back eugenics and social Darwinism. Whenever I thought the master race being brought forth again, I did not think of carnies as the mastermind. No. I'm loving this table. Oh my gosh. I'm just like drawn to you.
Oh my god.
I like to go out downstairs. I'm a woo girl when I go out. I like to white girl dance. Some people just call it jumping. A good song can be ruined though when some guy comes up behind you and tries to mount you like a double ride at Disney. Never have I thought to myself, this stranger rubbing that genitalia on me is giving me the vapors. No, because this motion does not make me feel pretty or beautiful. Just makes me feel like a gazelle with a broken leg who is separated from the rest of her herd. And that thing that's rubbing on my tuchus, pretty sure my bottle is about that same size. Oh yeah. They made that sound when they got sprayed as well. They're like, ooh. I was like, feel the burn. Expletive. Yeah, I decided to try and get a second job, basically, because my first one was not cutting the butter. Not at all. So you may not realize this, but you're in the presence of a model.
Nice.
Yeah, so you look skeptical. A webcam model, basically. I got paid 60 cents a minute to watch a bunch of Geppettos just whittling their wood. Yeah, almost made me like a psychic because I did a lot of palm reading. Yeah. The guy said, hey, what do you see? And that's when you become the world's saddest sportscaster. So you're like, look at you, touch down on yourself. Good game, buddy. And it was even peaked for me when you just saw a little cat walking in the background. I got the worst backhanded compliment on there. The guy said, you have a real future ahead of you. I was like, oh, I'm here because I don't. Yeah, I wanted to give myself a name on there that had a lot of meaning. So I started doing it last April, and I called myself Liberty June because hopefully I should have been free of that hell by June. I'm a huge fan of romantic comedies, basically, and I decided that I was going to make one about two people who both are deaf, and they both keep on missing each other stereotypically because they only use sign language. And it's going to be called Look Who's Talking, except it's not copyright infringement because it's look, comma, who's talking, question mark. I was homeless for a while, you guys. I preferred the term gypsy because it sounds a whole lot cleaner. And I learned that when a guy realizes you're in this predicament, he's like, hey, no worries, toss a $3 drink her way, ace in the hole. No. Never do I think, oh, sigh, this little oasis of alcohol you've provided me. Your generosity is just too much. How about we retire to my sedan? No, because I can't find a place to lodge myself, let alone their penis. Yeah. I learned that the worst place to park your car when you're in that predicament is the Meijer parking lot. Because you get police circling your vehicle, knocking on your window saying, hey ma'am, we suggest you stay someplace else tonight. You know what happens here at night, don't you? What? Shenanigans. Is that a felony, officer? Thank you for the warning. I'm just gonna cruise around to the bar, park in front of there, because at least when I sleep in front of bars, Bay City, it looks like I am not a vagrant. I'm just really, really responsible. I don't believe in drinking and driving, but often I do sit behind the wheel of my car after having a few drinks and just lean the chair back. Just lean it back. And then cry. And that becomes a dashboard confessional. Okay. That's a band reference, and I hope you appreciate that, because all the fantastic bands that went up tonight, clap for them! Clap for them! Yeah, I'm pandering. I will pander all night long. That's for sure. Some people might find silence disconcerting, but it's comforting to me. It's comforting. It's exactly what I got every time I told my dad I loved him. Silence in return. It's okay. I'll be back there if you want to hug me after the show. And I thought it was super enjoyable in the bathroom. There's a placard that said, "Laughter is music for the soul." Yeah, so we're like Michael Jackson. We're beating it all night long, you guys. I appreciate that. I started gaining a lot of weight recently. I had to start borrowing clothes from my sister, which sucks. Because you know that you should probably watch what you eat when you have to start borrowing maternity clothes. Yeah, I have to borrow clothes that were built for two, you guys. No bueno. No bueno at all. One thing I enjoy about Bay City, there's not as many pedestrians as downstate. No. And also, there's a lot of rural towns downstate. Too many rural towns, for my opinion. And in super, super hillbilly-ish areas, the only radio station I could get in was NPR. Which does not seem like their target demographic. Unless they think it's fake. Like, hey kids, let's gather around that talking box again and hear about gay marriage and the black president. Fool as once, Orson Welles. I also realized that while I was driving down south, that if I like for a horror movie, I'm not the hero or the sidekick, I'm the harbinger. I'm the person that's sitting in the rocking chair saying things like, "Don't go in the basement. People never return from the basement." And I learned that every time somebody spoke with a southern accent, I kept imagining my innards being eaten while Cotton Eye Joe played in the background. Did you guys ever realize that the fewer stoplights a town has, the more genetic defects? Yeah. Sad but true. Sad but true. Yet in towns with more people walking around, I like the look that pedestrians give you when you almost hit them. Yeah, and the look that you give back to let them know you still can. All right, I'm so